Welcome to beautiful Venice Beach, California on a hot day. Today, we got the sheriffs in town. And there's a lot of them here today. Of course, the news team is here. More news.
Excuse me, sir, where's Beverly Hills? I'm lost.
This is the ambassador of Beverly Hills. What are you doing down here in Venice Beach, sir?
Officially, I'm not lost. I came here really to see if Mitchell Farrell will run for mayor, because I hear a little bird says that Mayor Garcetti is flying to India to become an ambassador, like, well, what I did in Beverly Hills. So anyway, I'm hoping what Mitch did to Echo Park and made everything good, and Hollywood Boulevard, he'll come and become mayor and then help influence and, tough love.
Yesterday, council member Joe Buscaino was given a speech as a homeless lady threatened to kill people. An officer detained the lady. She had a 6-inch blade in her hand, and she said she uses only for her protection. I'm not sure, but I would guess there's about 40 to 50 sheriff officers from the Orange County Police down here in Venice Beach and trying to talk to the homeless people to get shelter. So I saw the same thing happen in Echo Park. First, they offered everybody shelter in hotel rooms, and then later on, they could remove all the homeless people that did not want to leave Venice Beach. So that's what they're probably doing here too. In order to move everybody, they have to offer them housing first. And as you can see, there's a lot of media there talking to the homeless people as well. Welcome to Venice. Here you can see how the sheriff actually walking down with the homeless people that agreed to get shelter. They set up a little booth over there where they can actually get registered. Today they're setting up tents down here on the parking lot in Venice for the homeless people to get shelter and to get them off the boardwalk if they wanted to. I'm guessing in order to get shelter, you have to provide your social security number and maybe some other private information. Hi officer, my name is Mike. I'm just wondering, what is the difference between the sheriff department and the LAPD that do working on Venice Beach?
Well, there's a vast difference in both organizations. However, right now, we have a specialized team on the Sheriff's Department, which is called the Homeless Outreach Services Team. And we are a special team only on the Sheriff's Department. LAPD does not have a host team. So our team specifically works with the homeless population throughout LA County to help get them the services they need to help them transition off the streets. So we are a special team. It was one of the first of its kind in law enforcement here in California and in Southern California, where we have embedded outreach component, where we have civilian outreach on the same team with law enforcement. So that's a different model.
But LAPD, can they still enforce something here right now or not?
LAPD, sure, they have their jurisdiction, but they have their rules and policies that they have, but ours are a little bit different.
And today you're here to offer people housing or shelter.
We're beginning our first assessment. The assessment can take up to 2 weeks, is seeing what is the situation. Because we normally don't work here, we don't know.
Okay.
And so we've seen the videos and the stories and the violence that we've seen. But I've never been here. I've never walked the entire thing till now. So the deputies are talking to every person. We have business owners talking to us, giving us the assessment of their situation. People who are homeless, people who have mental health crisis. Some people have no problems at all. And they've said they're here just because they can be here. And we're saying, well, you can be here, but you can't camp. Okay. I can't bring a family here and camp overnight. So there have to be rules. And so as we do this assessment, we get a comprehensive picture of what the situation is here on the boardwalk.
And is there like a time limit when they have to be off the beach? Is there like I heard something that 4th of July, they try to get everybody off the beach by 4th of July. Is there anything?
I believe the sheriff expressed a goal of having conclusion by July 4th, and we'll be working towards that goal.
All right. I appreciate you talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. This officer just asked the lady if she wants assistance with housing or shelter, and she refused it. She said she just wanted to be on the beach. The trash cans have not been emptied in the last few days, so it looks like today they start cleaning the trash cans. I think the officers are doing a great job. They actually talk to every single person on the boardwalk and try to help with their needs. Whatever they need, they try to help. From what I saw, there's a lot of homeless people on Venice Beach, but there's not too many people signing up with the program. So I'm thinking that a lot of people do not want to help and go to shelters. And I don't really know what the next step is, if they have to walk to each one person and tell them to pack their stuff and tag their stuff in order to move from the beach. Every time I come to Venice Beach, I see the guy cleaning every single day. And today I just want to do a little update and wanted to show you what was going on in Venice Beach, California. I never seen the sheriff coming down here, so I don't really know what the difference is between the LAPD not enforcing, but the county actually can enforce everything, because I don't think they got sued before. From what I heard, the LAPD got sued many times, so that's probably one reason why the sheriff are working on this case. Here you can see all the trash cans going down to the heart of Venice Beach are still not emptied out. They're still full of trash. The Hare Krishnas are also set up here. The officers were probably down in Venice for about 5 hours, and I'm not sure. I think they're going to come back this week and continue with helping the people in the tents. LA Finders, Los Angeles Fire Department. I don't really know why they don't clean up the trash cans halfway down the boardwalk. In the heart of Venice, everything is cleaned up.
Sheriff gave me a directive to bring the LA County Sheriff's Homeless Outreach Services team here to Venice to do an assessment, to see what the lay of the land is, what the population is here, what needs are being met. And when he and I first came here, what we saw was human misery. And the sheriff told me we're going to do this project. And so my job is to fulfill that directive. And this is a humanitarian mission. We've seen human misery, human deterioration. We've also seen some great people, people in need. And we've already been able to place 2 veterans as I'm standing here today by connecting them with the great people from Veterans Affairs Administration. And there's been tremendous outreach by our outreach providers down here that have been working with those experiencing homelessness on the boardwalk for weeks. And that tremendous work needs to be supported. But this is a humanitarian mission that needs to happen, and we're not going to walk away from this.
But is the housing available? Is there a place to put these people?
Well, me as the lieutenant for the host team, my concern is connecting them with the outreach people that are then placing them. And so I'm not involved in that part of the puzzle, but I do know that even while we were here, there's been people come up expressing that they have rooms and that there's options that we can look at, in addition to the traditional methods. So our job as the host deputies, using that guardian mentality, is providing that safe space for this conversation to happen, because the violence here has been out of control. And our presence here today is to provide that safe environment for the special mental health workers that are here and the outreach workers from Veterans Affairs to connect with the population that need that help and then transition out of the streets. What you're seeing is the first assessment done by the entire LA County Sheriff's Post. And in that assessment, it has to be comprehensive. This isn't a one-size-fits-all issue. This is individual conversation. So the host team is scattered on the boardwalk from end to end, speaking with every single person here and asking, what do you need? What are your needs? Listening to understand what their situation is. And we're finding it comes from all areas of the world now, not only the state. Some have mental health issues. Some have substance abuse issues. Some don't need any help at all. And there's a group that told us they jumped on a train from the Midwest and they came here because there were no rules. And so as we do this assessment, we will then be able to address each one individually. And that's our job.
This gentleman's name is Robert, and he's a military veteran, and those 2 officers, they're helping him, they're also veterans. I saw him talking on the news a couple of weeks ago that he did not want to leave Venice Beach. He's not going to go into a shelter because they have rules and regulations. But those 2 officers are also veterans, and they talked to him, and he finally agreed to move from Venice Beach. I've seen him so many times. He just sits in his wheelchair, even in the hot sun. He's getting totally burned, so I'm really glad that he decided to go to a shelter or like a hotel room. The sheriff also talked to business owners and wanted to see how they can help the business owners. Well, my friends, that was it. Live here from beautiful Venice Beach, California. The sun is shining, it's hot. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, push the notification bell, and you might want to subscribe to my channel. No pressure though. More videos are coming. See you guys later. Tschüssing.